WWE superstar Darren Young. So Darren, what's it like being in Miami? You're here last year for WrestleMania, now we got the big fair. So what's that like for you?
I'm very excited. I actually did the first fair with FCW, and I'm excited to be doing it again.
And what is it like being here, you know, a member of the Primetime Players, coming so far in your career in the tag team division, and just seeing how far you come? Does it put it in perspective for you?
Well, teaming with Titus, you know, it's a big deal for me, you know. Him and I are meshed together like peanut butter and jelly. And the Primetime Players are definitely, without a doubt, the most entertaining tag team in the WWE. Rough and tough, by the way.
And it seems, well, Titus mentioned that you guys couldn't be further, you know, so many differences besides yourself, you know, with interests and things like that, just your personalities. So why do you think you guys mesh so well together?
Well, I believe opposites attract, you know, because if we're the same, you know, there's no fun in it, you know, so it's good to have variety, you know, and Titus is different, and I'm different, and like I said, opposites attract.
And then as far as you guys being a tag team, it started out where you guys were opponents at first, and then they decided to put you guys together. When they initially came to you about that idea, how was your response?
Well, on NXT 5, the last season on TV, we were opponents, and Vince just liked how we worked together, and he seen something in us, and eventually we got contracts to SmackDown, and eventually ended up on Raw, and now we're on both brands, and we're just trying to make moves, just like our entrance music, making moves.
Was there a moment where you guys were like, you know, a night in particular that stands out for you, where you guys are like, wow, this is really working, we're starting to gain momentum as far as us as a tag team?
It was an episode of SmackDown when we had some interview time, and we came up with the millions of dollars, you know? That's what we're worth, millions of dollars. Now, we might not have millions of dollars, you know, but we're worth millions of dollars. Michael Jackson is worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and the Primetime Players are not far behind.
And as far as WrestleMania coming up, I mean, the next couple of days, right now you're not a part of the show, but is there anything as a fan you're looking forward to on the show itself?
Well, WrestleMania is the biggest pay-per-view of the year. Everyone says it, you know, it's the Super Bowl of wrestling, and the Primetime Players want to be a part of it, and hopefully we will be a part of it, but I'm looking to see John Cena and Rock go again, and you know, that match, you know, it's almost in Cena's hometown, you know. Cena is from Massachusetts, so it's not too far from home, so I'm looking for Cena to take this one, but the whole card, top to bottom, is going to be off the hook. With the Primetime Players on it, you know, it's going to be off the hook.
Alright, that's interesting, because Titus actually picked Cena also, and he said last year he picked Rock, and Rock won, so I guess this year maybe we'll see the difference.
Cena definitely has the advantage, you know, but for the most part, the card top to bottom is going to be unbelievable.
Alright, do you have a specific WrestleMania memory growing up as a fan that stands out for you? I mean, he had Steamboat versus Macho Man for his favorite, but what was yours?
Well, the same pay-per-view would have to be Hogan and Andre.
Oh, okay.
You know, when Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant, and in a few interviews, he said he actually tore his lat, body slamming Andre the Giant, so I thought that was pretty impressive.
And is there anyone now on the main roster that's maybe that you have influenced you or taken you under their wing and that you've learned a lot from? I mean, you mentioned Steamboat was a good guy that you guys learned a lot from. Booker T was another one who's getting in the Hall of Fame. Was there anyone for you?
Those are great guys, and they helped us out a lot, Titus and I. Mark Henry is one of our traveling partners, and we travel with him up and down the road and pick his brain. From top to bottom, from guys backstage, Arn Anderson, Viv Finley, these are guys that have been to the big dance, and they help us out, and we pick their brains, and they're nothing but great guys to us.